this week's episode, we talk about what we did over our holiday break, along with appetizers and wedding food.
And now, broadcasting from the Vicious Pig Saloon in downtown Mattersville, this is your one-stop shop for everything punk rock, food, and, well, that's pretty much it. Ladies and gentlemen, your hosts for Punk Rock Foodies Radio, Skate Rat Betty, Steve Guerrero, Brian Reinhardt, and here's the asshole in charge, Xander T.
And that was Want by Lagwagon, and welcome back, Punk Rock Foodies. Happy New Year from Punk Rock Foodies Radio, coming at you from the Vicious Pig Saloon downtown Mattersville. We are back 2016,
Woo-hoo!
and with me...
We made it.
And with me is...
Oh, sorry, what's up? It's Skate Rat Betty.
Yeah. Take a shot every time Jen says, every time Skate Rat Betty says sorry. Take a shot.
Nice. What's up, Steve Guerrero in the house for 2016?
And Brian Reinhardt, they brought me back for another year for some reason.
We renewed your contract. Your people were tough to negotiate with, but we settled on a few beers.
I'm gonna make like $10 this year. It's gonna be awesome.
If you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we are Punk Rock Foodies Radio, and based off the amazing Facebook group Punk Rock Foodies, where you make food, but you make pictures too. But you make food and take a picture,
and then you make a collage.
Make a collage. Use the collage.
Collage it and share with us what you've been eating, what you're making, and we love it. No one will
or post pictures of your weird furry fetish, like that one dude. Like immediately started posting pictures of himself dressed as like a fucking Panda Bear or whatever that was.
Oh, I
It's
missed that
hey,
one.
how you doing? It's like, all right, man, I'm cool. That that's your little subculture, but that ain't here, man.
You have opened the wrong door.
Yeah,
Wrong food group.
yeah. This is like Kung Fu Panda, but with like a boner.
So Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Jack Black.
It actually was Jack Black. He needs work.
So we are into food, but we're also into punk rock. So we're gonna listen to a little punk rock before we get into our show today.
Is it my turn? I'll go first. We might have played something from this band before. A supergroup from Chicago called The Falcon, with a bunch of people. Anyway, this song is called Unicorn Odyssey, one of my favorites.
Someone had broken your heart and you worked it out, fucking the regular crew. Your smile was amazing, your apartment was tiny, you're all in the back, we're all bruised. Sometimes you were blessed, then you didn't like all the rides that were sparkling blue. Picture or two at some hillbilly bar. Your heart was all shattered, your hair was all greasy and long, and your legs were all hard. I remember saying it's up your girlfriend, she was making both of us sick. It's not a lot, but it's what I got. It's harder and harder to stick to the script. It's harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder these days. It gets harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder to stay. It's harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder these days. It gets harder. Oh, it gets harder.
This is Shamrock Slavan, and you're listening to Punk Rock Foodies Radio.
Lillingtons with Murder on My Mind. Awesome band that I didn't really get into when they were putting out that record, but Reinhardt got me into it, and fucking thanks, man, because that record kicks ass, dude.
Wyoming represent.
Yeah, good stuff, man. But you know, we're going to bring it with some new stuff in 2016, and you know, we're excited to get back in front of all 6 of our listeners, or however many you guys are out there. So yeah, let's start off with the bangs, Andrew. Let's do this.
All right, well, so I was thinking, you know, we only had like about a month to prepare for this show, but we didn't really prepare at all until about 15 minutes ago. So,
Holidays!
I was drinking the whole time, so I don't think it was like the time warp. So that counts as like 2 or 3 days for me.
there you go.
I'd say I didn't have internet, but my Facebook would show that's a lie.
No, but I was thinking, you know, we were on break. We took our little holiday break for Christmas and New Year's, and, you know, we did a show about our Christmas and New Year's traditions and whatnot, and I was just thinking, well, let's talk about what any foods we ate during that break, and I was thinking, well, I made all kinds of appetizers for New Year's, and so it got me thinking about appetizers, and, oh yeah, I also got engaged on New Year's, so and it made me thinking,
You blew it!
Do the little game, the little Pac-Man sound where he like gets eaten.
Waka, waka, waka.
Sad trombone. Over. See, now I'm getting pressure back here. Like, what's up with you, Reinhardt? Why aren't you engaged? Even Xander isn't. That guy's a total asshole.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But so then it got me thinking about weddings, and then I started thinking, well, my brother's wedding, they had appetizers, so I was thinking, let's start with any foods you guys ate over our little hiatus that you'd like to talk about.
Cool.
Nothing that we had was too crazy, but I know for a fact, because it was really cold out here in our part of the Midwest, that there was a lot of coffee and Kahlua going on virtually every day for about 3 weeks. So I guess that technically counts as food, but I mean, there was a lot of, in the morning, like, oh, have some coffee. Oh, you want to put a little Kahlua in there? I think it's the only thing that got us through.
I was just about to say, it was 80 here. We had shrimp cocktail on Christmas Day.
You had your AC cranking over there.
And yesterday I had to put the heater on because it's like, 72.
Oh, no!
Shit. I woke up to 2 degrees this morning, so.
Jeez, you got it worse.
No, it was like 60, 58, I think, when I woke up. But I mean, seriously, that's gone by like 8 o'clock. But yeah, not bad.
Steve, anything special you ate that was pretty kick-ass? Or?
Yeah. We had some pork loin left over, and it was the Costco kind, so, I'm all stoked on it. And then I realized when I pulled it out, it was actually 2 pork loins. So I marinated the same way on both of them, but then one I pulled out after like a 12-hour brine and smoked that motherfucker, and it was awesome.
Smoke that motherfucker like it ain't no thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was incredible, and I paired it with the caprese salad, so like all this like richness of the balsamic and the mozzarella and the fresh basil just like made a perfect bite with that smoked tenderloin, which I got a real nice bark on, which I was kind of, after you haven't smoked it once, it's like anything else, man. You're a little rusty, so I overcooked it by a little bit, and I was a little bummed on myself, but, that's it's been a while, so, but, kind of got me fired up to do it again, but now it's raining out here in California, so I don't know when I'll use the grill again. I know,
Never rains.
Yeah.
It never rains in Southern California.
Stormwatch 2016, we expect half an inch by the end of the week. Get your shit together, people.
Get all the toilet paper from the stores.
Yeah.
El Nino.
Sandbag everything.
And if it's like Florida, everybody forget how to drive.
Yeah, absolutely. People drive. They already drive so bad here in California. I mean, it's not even a fucking joke, dude. It's so terrible, and they're quick to flip you off like you did something wrong. They cut you off. It's just like you just want to get back home and get off the fucking road. It's too much. Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. That's why I work from home, bitches. Fuck all you commuters. Yeah.
Well, so like I said, I started. We did appetizers for New Year's. I made macaroni and cheese balls, fried macaroni and cheese balls. That was a bitch and a half.
Oh, but they sound awesome.
Yeah.
They were delicious. I actually kind of my brother and his wife came up for New Year's, and I kind of snuck out of the kitchen while he was making them, and I just kind of let him do it, so I didn't have to worry about it. But just like getting like the macaroni and cheese, like I guess we just didn't have it, like the consistency just wasn't like gooey enough to try to keep that macaroni together, and then we dredged it, did it that way, and once it was dredged, it was fine, but it was a matter of getting it in ball form
to stay like
Yeah.
How do you keep it? How do you keep it together? What do you use to?
I mean, it was just I just made mac and cheese, homemade mac and cheese. I didn't bake it, and I made a little bit more cheese sauce and less macaroni than I normally would. So that I figured that would kind of help it. Like the cheese sauce would be the gooiness to keep it together. But I guess it just wasn't enough, or I don't know. But I mean, it ended up working out. It was just a real pain in the ass.
Can you freeze them? Like refrigerate? You know, like sometimes you have to cut cheese. You can.
Oh, brought the dogs again to the bar.
Yeah, I guess you could. I mean, like the one thing we were talking about later was the fact that making the wedges would be easier because you could make your macaroni and cheese and spread it out in like a baking dish, and then once it put it in the fridge and let it like harden, and then cut it into like triangles, and then it's already in that shape and you can just bread it real quick, But this was trying to scoop it out of a bowl and make balls, and it was just real messy. I mean, it got done, but it was messy.
Balls can be messy on occasion, yeah.
Putting balls in your hands, dealing with eggs, it can get
playing with
messy.
them around, yeah.
A lot of fondling going on there.
But that was the first time I'd ever done that, so that was interesting. But a lot of the other stuff we made was pretty standard. I mean, I've made before. Fried up some chicken wings, made some fritters, grilled some shrimp. I mean, I make fried cheese where I use a wonton wrapper and like a third of a string cheese stick, and wrap that and fry it. Those turned out kind of shitty because there was a little too much air in between the wonton and the cheese stick, so they kind of bubbled up in the fryer. But those are pretty good. And yeah, I blame my little brother for that because he was the one who wrapped the cheese sticks in the wonton. But the one thing we did make was caprese salad skewers.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that was actually Eli's wife had recommended that, and I believe they had that at their wedding. And it was just a cherry tomato, a fresh basil leaf, and a fresh mozzarella ball.
What else do you need?
And then you just drizzled with olive oil and balsamic and cracked salt, and that was it. I mean, it was
some good ass salt on that. Oh yeah, it's so simple and just delicious, dude.
And they sell those little mozzarella pearls. So like, if you don't have a melon baller like me, the one tool you don't have, you just buy them. They're
That's
already,
what we bought.
Like I love them. They're great.
And what was really nice then, like Rachel wanted to throw them out at the end of the night, and I was like, no, put them in Tupperware. And so we did. And then overnight, the basil absorbed a lot of that balsamic. Oh, the next day, they were even better.
Dude,
it was so good.
I'm going to need you to, from now on, refer to her as my fiancée, Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Let's set that precedent now.
My fiancée.
Yeah, my fiancée, Rachel.
And, yeah, the next day she was my fiancée, so, yeah, I guess that.
Oh, yeah, okay. If that moment, if she wasn't your...
Sense. Yes,
okay.
she was then, so.
Between the balls and the basil, you want her over.
Had to let it marinate overnight.
A little oil on there.
Sounds like a good Tuesday night.
What are some appetizers that you guys enjoy either making or having?
Whiskey, Bourbon County Stout from Goose Island. We drank a lot of that. There was some hoppy saisons. It was mostly just drinks.
Yeah.
Whatever beers I just made sure I had a lot of beer in the fridge, and that was pretty much it. Like, oh, you're hungry? Here, have a beer.
Yeah, that was my kind of appetizer for a week there too, man. I had a ton of good porters, and all the winter beers that have come out this year, they're so good. And then like the old favorites like Campfire Stout, that s'mores beer. I sent you one of those, Brian.
That was good.
Oh man,
it was really good.
Dude, on a cold night in Southern California when it gets like 60, it's so perfect.
Well, and I know I don't drink, but I had the one night when Mike came home, I made gin and tonics for him, and it had popped up in my Facebook memories where I had seen a Martha Stewart holiday post from the year before, and I had posted it and never made it, so I was like, oh, that looks awesome, and I have all that shit in the fridge.
Martha Stewart will throw down. People sleep on Martha Stewart, but she will throw down, man.
Well, and she went to prison,
Here's Martha Stewart prison moonshine appetizers.
Like her and Snoop cooking together is like my favorite thing. But yeah, so she took mint leaves and cranberries. Now, of course, she had like those little booby-shaped ice cube makers. I didn't have. I just had ice cube makers. Yeah, but it was seriously. It took me like 30 seconds, and they were so fun, and it turned, like it just made it look super great. I put them in my waters for like 2 days.
Nice.
Yeah. But
Brad, one of the things I had, like it was supposed to be an appetizer, but I made it into a main entree. Was a shrimp in smoked paprika and garlic sauce.
Smoked paprika shrimp.
Yeah, it was incredible, and it was a recipe book that my wife got me with a cast iron skillet recipe book. And how you do is you cook the shrimp, and then you start cooking the sauce. But the key for this dish is you put in the smoked paprika. But actually, let me rewind. Before you put in smoked paprika, I rehydrated some dried ancho chilies and cut them up real thin and place them in there so they just got like this little crunchy sear. And then the smoked paprika and a little bit more olive oil, and then just kind of scrape it and make a little sauce out of that. Holy fuck, man. It was incredible. We had it for Christmas Eve, and I had my parents over, and my mom, she called me the next day. She's like, "You're a dick, dude. You ruined shrimp for me. I could never order it anywhere else."
Your mom said you were a dick.
Yeah. She's like, "I love you, but man, I can't. You're going to have to make that shrimp dish again for me because it was so good."
I hate to tell you, Steve, but we were going to call you Richard because you're a dick.
I thought about you, Steve. Christmas, I got from my future mother-in-law a cast iron cookbook.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, Steve Guerrero.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of mind blowing how versatile it is, and it's so much fun. It's bits to clean up, but man, the flavors you get off that, it's good shit.
Well, and I thought I used mine a lot until I see how much you guys use yours. So I think you have given even me inspiration to use it more for. Yeah, I think I kept it more for like side dishes really, and didn't. And I think now I consider it's like a one pot dish. It's just the main dish. It's the side. Yeah. So desserts like breads. Yeah.
My sucker's a big one. I think it's like 15 inches. It's American. It's like 25 fucking pounds. Yeah.
They're so heavy. I can't keep them on the stovetop. They make all my burners tilt funny after I get there too.
I actually want to get another one, like a smaller one, so I can make like little tarts and like little desserts. I think that'd be a little bit better. Because you have so much space to cover in a 15-inch. It's good for cooking like a lot of chicken thighs at once, or proteins and stuff like that. But if you want to cook a dessert, that's a lot of coverage, and I'm so bad at like baking it. I want to take as much error out of it as possible.
We find them at TJ Maxx and shit sometimes too. Mike's dad had never owned one. Like my dad, when we went to college, we got a computer, a dog, a gun, and a set of cast iron. Like,
what else do you need?
I've always cooked with it. Yeah. So when I was like, your dad has never cooked with cast iron, so we bought him one right before Christmas. So he sends us pictures like twice a week. Yeah. So I was like, you wait, I'm going to just start posting. He doesn't know how to Facebook, so I was like, I'm just going to start posting your shit. Because he's a great cook. We were over there for our second Christmas, because you have that to look forward to, Xander.
I had like 5 Christmases this year.
Jesus.
So I was looking at the girls, and I mean, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I cry about too. But he made this awesome ham that he glazed, that he just cooked all day, and it was, I haven't had like a dinner ham that good in probably like 10 years. It was super good.
We had ham at my future in-laws' house for Christmas, and then that evening went to her aunt's, and they had ham. I'm like, I have enough ham here. I'm good.
Her and my mom were both talking about doing it, and we had each one party one night and the next night. And I was like, oh no, lamb sounds good. I got over there, it was pork loin. I was like, okay. But yeah.
All right, well, let's listen to some music. We'll come back. We'll continue talking about our break and appetizers and foods, and wedding foods if we want to. It doesn't matter to me. That's way off as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
wedding foods? What the fuck? Where? Oh yeah, that's right. You're engaged now. I forgot about.
Sorry, fellas. I'm taken.
Sorry, dudes.
5 guys just walked out of the Vicious Pig. That sucked, dude. Half the bar just left.
The elephant walked.
Is that why I like this bar so much?
They did a human centipede on the way out.
Jeez.
Hey, Rat, get us out of this mess.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about. Let's see what makes me stoked in 2016 and gets me amped up is "Here We Go" by the Bouncing Souls. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
So on a tour of 45, Limey, Sean, and Ryan rode in the truck 16 miles away. We South Beaton, Lamar, thumb down the ramp up 158. Smell of fun that needs some fuel in burnt 3 o'clock sun. 16 miles of garage with a bottle of water on our thumbs. Dead bottle caps, butts, and birds we passed on the way. Who's gonna pick up 4 punks in Indiana on a Sunday? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. The diagnosis wasn't good as what the 4 guys said. Stuck in Indiana for a week, cause the bus was dead. 24-hour White Castle, 25-cent refills for a while. Didn't know what to do with no money, riding down the tune of the Nile. Loaded with our sleeping bags, we hitched a ride to town. We ran into some punky kids, bought some beers, they showed us around. Under a bridge in the river, we got drunk and sang class songs. They were saved just in time by the stock iguana before long. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
This is Savvy Nicole from Feed the Scene Denver, and you're listening to Punk Rock Foodie Radio.
Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world turning inside out and floating around in ecstasy. Don't stop me now, don't stop me. I'm having a good time, having a good time. I'm a superstar dancing through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. Running through the night, 200 degrees. That's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit.
the Vandals covering Queen with "Don't Stop Me Now."
Don't stop me now.
Love that song. I love the Vandals version too.
Yes.
That's why I played it. And you are listening to Punk Rock Foodies Radio. We are back.
New and
New
improved.
episode.
Yeah.
New and improved. Nothing's changed.
Definitely
Somehow
new.
We got new packaging.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of packaging, did you guys get any rad gifts, like culinary gifts for Christmas that you guys want to share?
I got some Star Wars cookie cutters. And I got some Star Wars fruit chews. That was about it.
And
You should waffle them.
And how many times did you see Star Wars over the Christmas break, Brian?
I just saw it again today, so I've seen it 3 times. I
That's
literally
it.
just got back from the theater.
That's it.
Addersville Theater.
I would have thought more. I would have put you at like at least 4 or 5.
Well, if I didn't have parental duties, I probably would. 3D is the way to go, by the way.
I got a Himalayan salt rock
Ooh.
for cooking. I've never heard of this before. When we went and visited my future sister-in-law in college, that we went to some store. It was a spice store, and they had these giant salt rocks, like big circles and these square slabs. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, what the fuck is this? So there was a book, and I started looking at it, and you cook on these slabs of salt.
Yeah, I've seen it done before. What's Eric Repair? I read an article once that he loves cooking steak on these big salt kind of planks kind of thing, like they're granite salt like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, he puts it around the grill and it gets really, really fucking hot.
Yeah, that's what it says, like bake it in the oven, and then I guess you pull it out, and I have no idea. I haven't
Like stoneware, almost.
Yeah.
almost, but it's a salt. I mean, it's
Yeah.
salt. And Rachel's sister got it for me. I guess she had seen me looking at it, and I was talking about it. She ended up getting it for me for Christmas, and I'm really stoked about it because I remember when I was looking, I was like, this just looks so fucking interesting. But I need to get a book because I mean I could do the internet thing, but I don't know. I something like that. I need I can't have it go to a black screen, and lock out on me.
Plus that Himalayan salt is fucking good. And just that flavor, it's a little different salty flavor, but it's a real rich, good salt flavor. It's good shit.
I'm really excited to get into that and figure out what the fuck I'm doing with it.
And hippies will tell you that it cures cancer. If you talk to some of them.
No, that's the salt lamps. When I bought those salts in Tampa at the tea and spice place, I saw the salt cooking things, and I thought, oh, those lamps. So wait, is this healthy? But
Yep.
no, but they did actually look cool, and because Mike uses those cedar planks on the grill, and they're fucking great. I love them.
They'll put that aroma in the air, which to me that's therapeutic right there. You know what I mean?
Well, and I also got the salt lamps, like they have like candle holders.
I don't really have a specific, like, aside from the Kahlua in the coffee, but I did something interesting that ended up being really interesting that I do almost every holiday. I didn't do it last year, but I tell people on Facebook that if they call me, I'll sing them the McDonald's song from 1988, the song where back when we were kids you'd get the little floppy little record in the newspaper.
The square record?
Yeah, and it's the whole menu. So, I mean, there's been times in the past, I mean, I'm lucky enough now that I'm not, but there's been times in the past where I'm spending the holidays by myself, and it could be a tough time. So I just say, hey, even if I don't know you, even if I haven't talked to you ever, you can share this, call this number, and I'll sing you the song. I remember it. And, hey, Mike's here. What's up, Mike? And I'll sing you the song. And it's weird. People will call, like old friends and people that I don't know. And actually, I got a call from Wyoming, and I was like, who the hell is this? And I was like, who is this? And he goes, this is Miguel. And I go, all right, I know who this guy is. And all right, so I sang him the song. So then, Mickey.
Did you ask him first if that's what he was there for, or did you just start singing?
I was like, who is this? And he goes, oh, it's Miguel. I'm like, okay, so Mickey from TBR called, and then he shares my status. And then after that, my phone started to explode because an actual celebrity person was like, "Here, call this number. He'll sing you the song." So I started getting all these calls from Wyoming and calls from Colorado, and we're at the dinner table at Sheena's ma's house, and my phone keeps ringing. It's like, I got to go outside because I got to go sing the McDonald's song to this person. And a lot of people ended up like really digging it. And there was one girl specifically, I'm not going to say her name because I'd never met her before, but she friended me on Facebook. She's like, look, my husband died a month ago. I'm having a really bad holiday. Please sing me the song. And I sang her the song, and she was laughing. She's like, thank you. And it's like a small thing, but, you know, sometimes holidays can be kind of a shitty time, you know? And I messed it up every time, so I don't mind embarrassing myself, you know? So it was pretty interesting. I got like 50 calls from people I don't know from all over the country, and they were just, all of them were super nice. I'm just like, just tell me your name and I'll sing you the song. So I lost my voice. My voice got thrashed from singing that over and over and over and over.
Dude, I was totally going to call you, and I was like, no, I
Miriam
recognize
called
my
me.
number. No, and then Miriam calls you on speakerphone, and I'm hearing this. I'm like, oh my God, no, she didn't, you know? And you totally pulled it. You totally did it. Just had me dying, bro.
I probably sang the song 50, 60 times, and I did it different. I probably sang it 50 or 60 different ways. Like, every time I forgot the, like, I would forget it, but, you know, and as the day progressing, I'm drinking more and more.
Yeah.
So, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
So you know you're not getting away with not singing it here, right?
No, because then no one's going to call me next year, because all our millions of listeners are already going to have to hear the song, and they won't call next year.
You're going to have to learn a different fast food jingle for next Christmas, bro.
All right. All right, you want me to sing the song? You want me to sing the song?
Yeah.
Hold on. This is Punk Rock Foodies Radio. Next, we got Brian Reinhardt with the McDonald's song. Get fired up.
Big Mac McDeal, tea, a quarter pounder with some cheese, filet of fish, a hamburger, a cheeseburger, a Happy Meal, McNuggets, tasty golden fries in regular and larger size, and Shepherd Garden salad or a chicken salad oriental, Big Mac breakfast, hotcake sausage, Danish, hash browns 2, and for dessert, hot apple pies and sundaes 3 varieties, the soft serve cone 3 kinds of shakes, and chocolate each chip cookies 2, and a drink of Coca, Diet Coke, coffee decaf 2, a Sprite and orange drink. I love McDonald's, good time, great taste. I get this all at one place, the good time, great taste of McDonald's.
Hey, this is Miguel from Teenage Bottle Rocket, and you're listening to Punk Rock Foodie Radio.
Yeah!
I think I forgot. Did I say the dessert part? Did I do the dessert part?
Yes, you did.
I do it every time. It's a little bit out of order.
No,
We used to
man.
sing it on the bus. So, like, I remember being in like 4th or 5th grade and be like, I have to know this song because what if I'm at McDonald's and they want me to sing it? I won't get a free burger. You know, I remember it being like very important.
Shit, I think I knew the Big Mac song, but not now.
Yeah, that was fun. It was, my phone started going dead because it just kept ringing and ringing and ringing.
Oh, that's good stuff, dude. Way to spread the holiday joy, Brian.
Yeah, I don't mind embarrassing myself so people can get a kick.
Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, then what the fuck, you know?
Exactly. And by the end, I was like, oh, Big Mac deal, because I'm drunk and my voice is gone. I actually had some people call me the next. I actually had a couple of people call the next day, be like, "Hey, is it too late to hear the song?" and I'm like at work, and I was singing it. So, but it was fun. It was fun. I ended up getting like a bunch of friend requests from people who I'll never meet, just because they wanted to, you know, they dug the song. So it was pretty interesting.
That's hilarious.
I feel like McDonald's should like pay for part of this now.
Oh, speaking of which, I went and tried their, you know how they have the craft burgers now? I had to give it a shot. My kids get it Happy Meals every once in a while. Sometimes you're just like, I need to fucking eat something. I don't care what it is. And I tried those craft burgers. Oh, they're complete dog shit, dude. They suck so bad. It's still McDonald's.
Which ones do they have by you? Because by us, there's two that we're voting between. Like one's like the Chicago style bacon burger, and they're just crap. They're garbage. I don't know if it differs from town to town.
One's a buffalo chicken cheese one, and one's like a maple Dijon bacon one. Both of them
So it's
suck,
different
but
from town to town. Yeah, it's gross.
for my money, Wendy's will beat them, but In-N-Out's still the top dog in California. So
Go for some In-N-Out. And In-N-Out burger.
hey. Be careful, man. You're talking about your ex or your future wife there, bro. You know?
Yeah.
You gotta be gentlemanly now. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally gonna happen, right?
I'm not changing.
Yeah. What's the quote I read? Men get married hoping that women won't change, and women get married hoping that they can change men.
Yep. Well, happens all the time, right, Skate Rat?
Honestly, I don't know. I know that a couple of my friends have mentioned that they waited a little while to get married, and maybe they had like several discussions before they got married. But I never really thought about getting married. And then when I met Mike, I was like, oh, I could marry you. Wow, that's some scary shit. I should leave right now.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's the I can marry you. That's the key right there. Not the I can marry this guy and change him to what I want. There's the problem.
Yeah. Well, and I think the first thing, honestly, that made me have like a marrying thought at all was when I went to dinner at his parents' house, and his mom and dad cooked dinner just like my mom and dad do. Like it was just like watching my family interact, and I was like, yeah.
You know what? That's really good. That's true because like I think about like my ex and her parents. They were fucked up. Like they didn't have. It wasn't the same. And like now Rachel, I mean her family, even as chaotic as their lives are, I mean she's the oldest of 4 kids. Her youngest sister just went off to college, so like both parents work, and yet they're still like as best as they can trying to put together a family meal for dinner, and everybody who's available will eat. So that's exactly the way my life was. So it's definitely goes to show like how connections can be made.
Yeah, and how far like your sense of belonging really goes once you fit in. It's nice. Well, let's not get all touchy and shit.
Yeah. Or we can get all touchy. That'd be cool.
Or touchy
Come on over here, Xander.
No touching.
Yeah, there's no video.
Should I get off your lap now, Brian? Or?
Sorry, Rachel, but I'm touching his butthole.
Fire in the hole.
Tickle.
But we are on the topic. We're talking about the weddings, and like I said, I've been engaged again. What are some like foods that you've had at weddings, or like foods that you wish you would have at weddings, or anything dealing with a wedding? And like, first off, do you prefer the buffet style over the sit down? Pre-order 6 months in advance style, or what?
I prefer the sit-down because I always order it, and then I forget what I ordered, so when it comes, it's a total surprise. Like, ooh, this is what I ordered. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I like the sit-down style, too. I'm the same way. I want to be surprised, but also then you just sit back and just keep the waiter, keep coming, keep bringing drinks.
Yeah, because if all goes well, I'm already buzzed by that point.
Well, I'm a chick and a clumsy chick, so sit down is better than me carrying like a plate full of roast beef with gravy or whatever when I'm dressed all nice. Yeah.
I don't know if I've been to a buffet-style wedding before.
Well, see, Pittsburgh's got this weird thing. Like, it's always been buffet. It's always got fried chicken. It's always got rigatoni and red sauce. It's like that's the standard what you do for if you get married in Pittsburgh.
An Iron City beer.
Yeah, and shitty beer.
Iron City beer.
And I'd have to kind of agree with you. Like, I like the buffet in some sense, but I hate okay, we're going to go around and tell which tables can get up and go get food first, and you just got to have to wait your turn.
It's a logistical nightmare.
As opposed to just, like you said, a waiter just coming up and handing you your plate,
Well, and if you're having like a barbecue or a beach wedding, or like I've been to like a southern one, a couple of like yeehaw type. Yeah, but like if it's super casual and you're all just hanging out and I don't have a table number or anything, then I don't care. But
it's a little more casual.
If it's a fancy affair, spend the extra $10.
My only complaint though is like if you got a lot of people, if it's a big wedding, then you end up having like the food's dry. Like I've never had good chicken at a wedding because it's
got to be cooked in advance.
Yeah, because they're doing sheet pans of it, to get 60 of them. And I don't know. But I was at a buffet wedding one time. This bride was so fucking smart. Like, it was burgers, hot dogs, macaroni and cheese, chicken nuggets, and French fries. I mean, it was just basically like
perfect.
Yeah, this is what people enjoy eating. It doesn't have to be some fancy ass shit just because it's a wedding. And it was a buffet, and it was like open like all night. So you're drinking, you're dancing, you're like, hey, I'm kind of hungry. You go over and grab some chicken nuggets,
And here's why that's good, because the people are there. The people are not there to eat. They're going to eat while they're there, but they're not there for the meal. You know what I mean? You just want to give them something so that they can do what they're actually there for.
And while you're taking photographs, usually people are eating the first like 3 courses or whatever. But
Something
or
simple.
appetizers or cocktails. Yeah, but
Well, and that's like my brother's wedding was appetizers. That's all it was. It was just walking around with the trays, and and I really can't remember anything that was there, but I remember eating. But it was just, I don't know. That was different. It was more like a cocktail party, I guess. But we definitely drank a lot because it's open bar.
yeah. See, but we didn't have a bar at all. There was one in the club, but the only person they let in there was my dad, because you had to be a member to go in the bar, and yeah. But the bride and the groom, he talked his way in there. But I don't drink, and to be honest, what I was paying for the wedding, I wasn't about to shell out another $1,000 for everybody else to get shit-faced on my tab. So I just don't like a cash bar, to be honest, at a nice
it's kind
wedding.
of tacky.
It is, and I know that 3 of my cousins had coolers in their car, and I don't give a shit. Do what you gotta do. I didn't have to pay for it. Yeah, so I was like 2 years sober, 3 years maybe. So I was like, sorry, I don't. It's an awkward day for me, anyways. I don't really, But it did
If Sheena and I, when Sheena and I ever get married, we are not doing food. We're just going to have a big table filled with fucking fruit roll-ups and go for it, guys. We got grape, we got strawberry, and that's it. Yeah, go for it.
Tattoos.
Yeah. Maybe some fruit by the foot.
It's going to be at 3 Floyds anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true. Or maybe we'll just get some Gushers, or some koala yummies, and just let people go crazy.
There you go. We actually were talking about but I don't even know where to fucking begin when it comes to planning a wedding. What do you do? The venue first, or the amount of people, or pick a date, whatever. So we've been kind of just talking about every little thing. And there's a brewery nearby that's just it's just one of those standalone breweries. They have cheese and salami that you can buy, but you got to bring your own food, and it's not even it's off of a dirt road. I'm like, that'd actually be kind of a cool place to get married.
Perfect.
It's
perfect.
There's a gazebo overlooking the fields of hops. That'd be a nice.
Oh, how great!
You need something simple and accessible. Those are the 2 words, man. Simple. That's that's all you need, man. That's all you need.
Well, the only problem is it's out in the middle of nowhere, and my entire family's going to travel, so there's got to be hotels nearby. So, or else someone's going to want to get fucking loaded, and I want people getting loaded.
It's at a brewery,
Just tell people to bring their tents and do it in the time when it's going to be warm. Problem solved. See, I've done a million
party
ways.
bus.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen to some more music. Come back, continue talking. We actually don't have an interview for this show this week. We only had a month to try to get one.
Everybody's it was too hard to pin anybody down during the holidays.
Well, I have one kind of lined up, but he's on tour right now, and so I'm trying to get it together. So we'll see. Maybe we will have one. We'll find out later after I hear back from him. But who's got a song for us?
I got something. Since we've been talking about marriage, what about some Unity from Op Ivy? Punk Rock Foodies Radio. Let's go.
There's a war coming down between my breast and mine. I don't want no war. Going down tonight. Stop this. Stop this. Civilization. I know it as I see it. I know this person I still cannot believe it. Our evolution now is on the way of aid. But will the fall dissolve into the stupid pain? Stop this. Stop this. I'm so different, yeah, I say we're all the same. All that you know, in the competition game. Self-destruction, fast and spinning like a bullet. No one can stop it once it's flying, no one can control it. Stop this. Stop this. Final word, wait, it's not a call to action. We ain't no safe, no, this ain't no fucking faction. Unity, you burn it off the floor. Stop it, panic, see the what is the war. Stop this. Stop this. Ain't nothing wrong with another unity song. Ain't nothing wrong with another unity song. Ain't nothing
Evolution gotta come right, unity. As one, stand together, unity. Evolution gotta come, unity. As one, stand together, unity. Evolution gotta come, unity. As one, stand together, unity. Evolution gotta come.
Well, I recall back in 79, it was just a weekend living in a dark. Didn't drink, didn't dance, didn't even smoke house, returns from the hurt class. And you know I needed more, so I got up and I took a record store and I bought all the records that I could afford and I played them all on my stereo. This is a song saluting punk rockers' rise and what they did to change the times. With such a lifestyle, you'll be burning on both sides. Now they're dropping like flies, all those punk rock guys. Well, I became a band and I remain that way, and to this day I'm still blown away. Those bands just kept me to the bone like damn, the Pistols and the Ramones. Now we just wanna say they made us who we are today. So every time we play, we remember those of yesterday. This is a song saluting punk rockers' rise and what they did to change the times. With such a lifestyle, you'll be burning on both sides. Now they're dropping like flies, all those punk rock guys. Well, I became a band and I remain that way, and to this day I'm still blown away. And then there's me, I'm not dead yet, but you never know, I could be next. This is a song saluting punk rockers' rise and what they did to change the times. With such a lifestyle, you'll be burning on both sides. Now they're dropping like flies, all those old punk rock guys. They're dropping like flies, all those old punk rock guys. They're dropping like flies, all those old punk rock guys.
So, speaking of marriage, that was the real Mackenzie's with Dropping Like Flies. And you are listening to Punk Rock Foodies Radio. Thank you. So, yeah, we were talking about marriage, but we've kind of just been riffing on appetizers mostly, and foods, obviously. This is Punk Rock Foodies Radio. I don't know if you guys do this, but I tend to sometimes think about like things I'm going to make in the future, like I'm looking forward to. Like it's New Year, and I'm obviously going to try out that salt block thing. But is there anything that you're kind of like looking forward to that maybe you saw on Punk Rock Foodies during the break, and you're like, you know what, I would try that sometime?
Yep. I'm doing king crab on the grill tonight.
Nice.
And it is 15 degrees outside.
Oh man!
Close to that grill.
It's gonna get
that fire warm.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
keep
thing.
the beers outside at least.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what?
We're
That
just-
was the best part about New Year's being cold. Man, all the beers sitting out. My fridge was packed, and it was cold enough to keep the beers and the champagne outside. I love it.
Yep. We put stuff out in the garage, and it was good to go.
Yeah, I had that Scoville beer, the jalapeno IPA.
The hot one. Who makes that? I've seen it, and I can't think of the brewery. I haven't tried it though. I don't like hot beers, so I
It's
haven't
not
tried
hot.
it.
It's not
It's
hot.
not. So the
It's
name
not-
is misleading.
It is.
Yeah, very misleading.
Well, I mean, a jalapeno is, Steve, you'd agree that.
To me, that's hot.
Well, when they start talking about Scoville, and that's a unit of heat measurement.
But I think they were. It's more like it's the town of Scoville.
Oh,
Okay.
But it is a jalapeno IPA. It's made with jalapenos in some way. But I mean, it was good. Eli said he could kind of taste the jalapeno. There definitely was no bite to it at all. But it did have a different kind of an IPA flavor to it. So obviously, it did play into it. I mean, I've had jalapeno beer.
You guys, we should do like that episode that we did where you send us all the beers. That was super fun. We should do another one. I'll send you guys some beers from me, and then Steve can send some beers from him. We could do that. Was like the funnest day ever, and I don't remember anything after the show. I listened to it later, and I remember the second half. I've listened to the episode. I don't remember the second half.
Oh yeah, I discovered. I bought. I paid for the Friends DVD collection for my daughters. That's what I bought after the show online.
Nice.
I was like, literally, like 2 days later, I'm like, Rach, did you buy something? She's like, you gave me your credit card, remember? I'm like, oh, no.
I was listening to it, like, I don't remember any of these conversations. Like, I don't remember the alligator tail conversation that we had, like Mike and Jen were explaining, like, what it's... I don't remember any of that. And I was, like, involved in it, and I don't remember any of the words that came out of my mouth.
Yeah,
he looked at me like halfway through, and he was like, "I'm so drunk," and I noticed because he just got like quieter and quieter.
It was fun. He did really good.
Yeah, it was great. Well, definitely, we need him back. We should definitely do the Brian 6-pack and do the Steve 6-pack, and then
yeah, we'll send you guys one too.
Six-pack.
Yeah, Matt and Sarah just had a Christmas party. We were supposed to go last Monday, but it was the day after my brother-in-law's accident. I didn't really feel like celebrating, honestly. It's been just kind of a shit year.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, I know, and you got knocked up. So.
Well, but yeah, so yeah, at least I have one.
Hooray, morning sickness!
Yeah, I was just going to say, give me one more week, and then I'll be happy once I get over this shit.
Are you almost through the first trimester?
We're 11 weeks tomorrow, so
okay,
I'm hoping in the next week or two it'll start. But and it's already like every third day I get it, so like it's not that bad.
It's like that episode of Family Guy where Peter Griffin's like, God, I remember when Lois was pregnant. I remember how bad that was for me, and it like flashes back to her vomiting, and he's like, be quiet, I'm trying to watch the TV right now.
He's turning up Three's Company.
Like I could just picture Mike like, come on, Jen, stop being so sick all the time. I know I did this to you, but come on.
Now he keeps saying, you asked me for it.
This is what you wanted.
But it sucks too because like I'm so sick, but I'm like, oh man, I could eat some like French fries or a Whopper maybe.
You got to reload. You got to load up.
So I do, but I am just eating like all day. I feel bad though. He's probably going to help me out empathetically.
Well, are you okay? I don't know if we've even asked you this question. Like, as a preggers, are you eating like crazy shit? Are you like finding yourself craving crazy things?
I seriously was like, oh, my stomach hurts, and then I'd lay in bed with like a jar of pickles. Be like, you should probably not do this.
Because I've heard stories of like, peanut butter and pickles, or like jelly beans and like peanut brittle, weird shit.
Well, I actually switched to that white truffle oil because garlic has been bothering me. So like I don't like eating garlic right now. It really fucks up my stomach. But I like cooking bacon. I can't stand the smell of cooking bacon, but I'll eat the bacon. But like when I cook it, I have to put peppermint oil on my face and shit. So I don't smell it.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Jeez, you're like an alien, man. Crazy.
Yeah, just cook the bacon outside in a frying pan over a fire.
Yeah, like Mike, go outside and cook this.
I've been going to Cracker Barrel, let them cook it.
You can get rich just creating a bacon delivery service.
Oh, Jesus, no shit, right?
For real.
Yeah.
We should open our first one in Israel.
There was an idea that some friends and I had years ago, about a decade ago. We're walking downtown Chicago at like 8 in the morning on a Sunday, hungover. We're trying to find a bathroom because all of us had to pee, and we couldn't find a place that we could go in and pee. And we're like, we should just open like a place, like a company that's just a place where people can go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like you come in and you pay $1 and you can use the toilet.
And it's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. We'll offer you like really like periodicals and newspapers from around the world and bran muffins and like scented toilet papers, and we were going to call it Pootopia.
Pootopia.
That's clever.
I think we got our first sponsor.
Didn't come to fruition.
Then you notice that the public restrooms already kind of jumped in on that.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I remember going to clubs in Palm Beach that had like attendants. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you could tip them. They had the perfume and hand wash, all sorts of shit.
Bigelow.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
And it was back when they had nice bathrooms. And then I remember as I got older and I started seeing them less, I started seeing more like girls thrown up on the floor and.
No, I've been like that, like punk shows, and they've got an attendant in these like fucking restrooms, and it's like
I've seen that, man.
Are you really?
Are they just there to stop like overdoses? Really?
That's what I'm thinking.
I wonder.
It's like, what is this dude thinking?
Well, what's this
Yeah.
old black guy, all dressed in white, standing in this restroom that's ground is covered in piss and puke,
Yeah.
and there's graffiti all over the walls, and
Yeah.
it's like, what the hell?
And you know he's seen it all, but tonight there's a punk show going on. And he's like, what is this white boy stupid shit going on all around me? It's like an episode of Jackass.
I always wonder, like, if they just let people have sex in the bathroom, or if they're like, no, you can't do that here.
Take it
Just let
outside.
it happen.
Yeah, like, I'll just step out for a minute, I'm going to go take a smoke break.
I would always just go outside. There's always alleyways. I mean, I've heard about that. Anyway,
Yeah. So, well, anybody got any other food to talk about, or are we gonna go get some food and drinks?
I'm gonna cook some crab legs here in a little bit. I'm tired of talking to you guys.
Yeah.
I got ranch-style pork chops on deck tonight.
Maybe I'll just order something at the bar.
I'm being lazy and having
Jeez.
chicken and dumpling
Already married.
leftovers. No, but then you got to spend 2 hours arguing about what you want. I don't know. What do you want? No, where do you want to go?
Where do you want to go? Yeah.
I'm okay with whatever
What do you want to
choose,
eat?
okay?
Yeah.
Whatever
Why don't
you
you
want.
name a place? Oh, you name the same 3 places every time.
I asked you. I want to know.
There was an old school Carl's Jr. commercial where the UN was gathered and like everybody was like, I don't know, what do you want to eat? And everybody in their own like dialect, I don't know, what do you want to eat?
I'm okay with whatever, except for. Jeez.
Oh,
Girls Jr. Wow.
All right. Who wants to send us out of here?
All right. Since Jen, I gotta stop calling you Jen. Since Skate Rat Betty earlier mentioned one of my favorite songs from one of my favorite bands, and I already mentioned it, Lamar Vinoy by Bouncing Souls.
He was only 16 and he knew he wasn't like everyone else. Listening
I'd like to thank Steve, Brian, and Skate Rat. I'd like to thank the people here at the Vicious Pig Saloon in downtown Mattersville. Always treating us great. These are great people here. They welcome us back with open arms for 2016. When you're in Mattersville, check out the Vicious Pig. Great food, great drink, great prices. Also, check out Burning Rose Studios for all your video and graphic needs. While you're on Facebook, head on over to Betty Gear. And, of course, check out Punk Rock Foodies. Now, in our 3rd year of existence, happy birthday to us. Lots of great pictures of food. It's one simple rule: make food, post the picture. All right, Bone Ape Kid, everyone.
Can't see the same. What about your insides? And on the spill. Beneath the sun rays. I got my emerald. I got my emerald. I got my emerald. I got the better gold.
You had me at unicorns.